Welcome back to the State of Affairs. I'm your host, King Crusoe. You can call me KC, and today we're doing the normal thing here and wrapping up the previous month in my life and in my statistics, my channel, basically, for the most part. Compared to January, February pretty quickly went by, I would say. January felt like it lasted a millennium. February definitely went by a little bit quicker. Thank goodness for that, in my opinion, because it was an absolute nightmare trying to get through January with the way that sluggishly went by. Even so, I'm excited to wrap up another month for you guys. This is, in fact, just one of another huge batch of videos that I'm producing right now, so I'm going to stop wasting time right now and get into last month's videos and my channel statistics. So, on the main channel last month, I published 13 videos. On the second channel, I published 5 videos. That makes 18 in total compared to last month's, compared to January's total of 25. So a decent step down, but that is of course because January was a little bit more ambitious in terms of my video schedule. And boy, am I glad I took a step back in February because I needed that time to relax. Some of my video highlights this month were being able to start the reading diaries for Book 7 of The Wheel of Time, Crown of Swords. Episode 1 especially did much better than I would have expected for it to, compared to Lord of Chaos reading diaries, compared to basically everything in the series. All of those videos have performed pretty well, so thank you for that. My top 10 fantasy series that I would like to read after Wheel of Time has gotten a pretty good reception. No super big surprise there. It's gotten a couple hundred views, and I'm thankful for that. My review of Pillars of the Earth did pretty well, even for my reviews. My reviews are generally speaking my best performing videos, just kind of on average, which is itself kind of a surprise, but Pillars of the Earth did very well for itself. And my kind of free-form discussion video of It's Okay to Read Slowly did much better than I expected for it to do as well. So thank you guys for all of that. On the second channel, I also had a couple of highlights. Specifically, my 5th episode of Music Mania did even better than any of the other episodes in that series has. Also got the attention of one of the bands that I covered in that one who commented on it and liked it, which I appreciated, being able to make them happy in covering and being pretty positive on one of the records that I enjoyed. It's probably my album of the year so far, so that was exceptional for the second channel. I also did a video ranking all of the games that I played in 2024, and that did quite well for itself as well, so thank you to the people who checked all of that stuff out. I greatly appreciate it. Now for the actual channel statistics themselves, let's talk about the main channel first. Just as normal, I got 2,108 views on the main channel in February, which was down 7.5% from January, but that is not a very big step down, and I'm not worried about it. Compared to 2024, February was by far the outlier month in performance, at least outlier in a negative sense. It was the only one of the months in 2024 to not break 1,000 views, and it was a substantial amount lower than both January and March preceding and proceeding it. I don't know what the word for following after in that way is off the top of my head. Either way, February last year was pretty disappointing in terms of my statistics, so the fact that February this year still did very well for itself and managed to break 2,000 views again for pretty sure these 2 months are the only 2 times that that's happened on my channel thus far. I'm very happy with that. I also got 181 watch hours, which was again down, but only by 5.8%. Not that much, still breaking 175. I was hoping for just 150, so still doing pretty well on that front, and I'm grateful for the watch hours. I only had about 85,716 impressions on the main channel this month, which was down 15.8% from last month, but to be fair, that is still a pretty solid amount of impressions, still very much on the upper end for my channel. The 1 or 2 months that I've had that have gone up to near or even above 100,000 impressions. I can't remember if January is the only time that that's happened, but it might be the only time that's happened. No surprise that it was down a little bit, but all things considered, that means that I actually had a little bit of a higher click-through rate this month compared to January. I also gained 17 subscribers, putting my total at this point, at the time of recording anyway, at 818, which is pretty solid. So if I want to be able to hit 1,000 by the end of the year, I have to get like 19 subscribers per month or something like that in order to accomplish that. But to be fair, I don't necessarily plan on hitting 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Even so, I think I'm on track to at least hit the 900 goal that I think I currently hold for myself right now. We'll see if that sticks around. For all of you newcomers, I really appreciate you clicking that button. On the second channel, I got 355 views, which was up 21.2%, not a insubstantial increase there. I'm pretty surprised by that considering it had so few videos compared to January. 26.6 watch hours over there, up 78.5%. That means that I had a pretty significantly higher average view duration on the second channel this month compared to normal, which is very surprising. 21,550 impressions, which was actually down about 38%. But, impressions aren't necessarily a big indicator of how good your channel's doing. That's just how many times your videos are shown to people. So I'm definitely not miffed by this number at all. 22,000 is nothing to scoff at, in my opinion. I also had a net gain of 7 subscribers on the second channel, putting my total at 41 over there, which is pretty decent, meaning I'll easily hit the 50 subscribers by end of year, assuming nothing goes wrong. But thank you for everybody checking out not just the stuff over here, but also the stuff over there. I really appreciate it. Last month, my writing definitely took a big step down compared to January. I had a big step up in the fiction department for the reason that I actually got to start writing something, even though I took a massive step down on the review front, which isn't necessarily that big of a deal, but something worth noting. In my fiction and stories, I wrote somewhere between 5,300 and 5,400 words this month. Nothing on the Reign of Ash like normal at this point, but the Tributaries, my newer type of project that I'm working on, which is a little bit more personal to me. I started working on a couple stories for that. I got 2 stories outlined. In Moment in Memory is the first story. Question of Ascension is the second story. Each of those had over 1,000 words written for the outlines, and then I also got 3,000 words written in February for the draft of In Moment in Memory. That could have been a little bit higher if I hadn't been so lethargic and lazy the last couple of weeks, but sometimes that's the way things go, and I hope to get back on that horse, sometime in this month when I'm done, working on a bulk of videos, but we'll see how well I'm able to actually follow through with that. In the reviews side of things, I only got about 6,000 words written this month compared to like well over 20,000 last month. That is because I have 2 book reviews that need to be written, but which did not get written in February for Monster Volume 9 and Red Rabbit. I did not get any words written for game review stuff, even though I have a couple games that I want to write reviews for. I want to start reviewing the games that I play when I play them on backlogged website, the way that I do books on Goodreads and music on Music Board and films on Letterboxd. So I have a couple reviews that I could be writing on that front, but I haven't gotten written quite yet. In the music front, I did get 6,000 words, well, not quite 6,000, more like 5,900 words written for 32 album and EP reviews over the course of the month. So still a pretty decent amount there, but nothing like overly substantial. I definitely have some stuff that I need to catch up on the review front. We'll see what I'm able to do in March because I'm going to be way busy with video work. Speaking of this month, what do I have planned this month? Well, for the most part, I suspect the vast majority of March will be spent just making a bunch of videos. In fact, today, at the time of recording this, I have this and 3 other videos that I've already recorded, and all 4 of these I would like to get edited today so that I can edit 5 videos that I recorded last week tomorrow, and that will basically finish out all of March's stuff. That means that all things going well, fingers crossed, by the time this video comes out, essentially all of March's videos, aside from the Music Mania and Fortnite on the Isle stuff, should be done. And if that is the case, that means that I'll be spending the next few weeks working on basically all of the book binge stuff for April and May. I hope to be able to get through all of that way ahead of time because I'm expecting a very chaotic and very busy, and frankly, I'm not excited for it, work schedule in the back half of April and basically the entirety of May. It's going to be really, really not fun. And if I can get all of that video stuff done ahead of time, that means that I don't have to stress and worry as much about the channel over those months while I'm busy working a whole bunch of overtime at my job. during that time. So I'll hope to be able to spend a few days off at the end of the month here, being able to like do writing stuff if I'd like to, or being able to relax prior to stuff getting crazy in April, but there's definitely no guarantees of that. Even so, that is my idea for what's going down this month. That made for a pretty short state of affairs, which is nice because the first couple of videos that I recorded today were super long. These second couple were not as long. Really, really glad for that. What I'm also really glad for and grateful for is you for checking out this video. Thank you for doing so. Thank you again to newcomers who have come around to the channel. And if this happens to be your first video of mine, somehow, for some inexplicable reason, I hope that you are encouraged to check some other things out that I have on the channel. If you like book reviews, you'll like a lot of the stuff that I post on this channel, and especially over the next few months, I have a lot of book reviews coming over the next few months. Thank you once again for watching. For now, I've been your host, King Crusoe, and you can call me KC, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.